and the Infinity. The two teams that are fighting for that chicken dinner and have not received it today. And it's Lyzerg there that has been the key performer for EVOS Reborn yesterday. And now, ONix loses that one member out. And yeah, they've been making a lot of travel. I guess they want to make their name known on the furthest travel distance.
A testament to why this idea isn't the best, but it gets, you know, information onto their way.
Exactly.
The question is, though, how relevant will that information be in like the next few circles?
And one of the key areas of how you want to control this current phase of the stage of the game. And now Luppy also getting punished, and it seems like majority of all these players that try to move into compound, they haven't bothered to actually check all those windows as it passed right by. You can't really blame Luppy though. I guess he just arrived to the scene. He was optimistic of getting loots. Now, shots are being fired to iShots as well, but he's going to remain safe. He gets a little damage across, and that's one pointer in. Another addition to Team Secret, who currently has a total of 2. And NFT. This is a team that is very interesting, right? We got some top fraggers from back in the days, Boom ID. Heightened senses, knowing every single bullet, if it's going to be close to you, footsteps, any sort of grenade bounces. Speaking of grenade bounces.
Yeah, RQ Ryu going up against MSC Chonburi. They were trying to push up at the high grounds. I guess that was quite the, it was a scouting mission most likely. Seeing as though it's only one member within the area, they'll get the info and move on with their dear lives.
Just having the advantage here over on the Pachinko Hills or the southern side has been able to pay dividend to teams that have been first movers here with the advantage. Now, Vampire Esports having Ravenclaw dropping right by. It's going to be Fowers there that tries to catch him on the crosshair, but they're too fast, too furious on that vehicle. So he will just go in for a little wraparound. Now, Vampire Esports have made it known that there is a team right down below. They will further commit after Ravenclaw tries to heal up as Stone basically marching upwards already. Same goes to Axis Rate 1. They're sending more units upwards. Rising now gets a pick onto Appy for Rivals inside of the building instead. So, where is Bigatron Red Islands?
Well,
somewhere inside of the city, though.
I guess it's another one of those long-distance elimination, maybe. But Vampire Esports, this is unlikely of them. I didn't think they'd be the team to run away, but I guess after, you know, their bad game just now in the previous one, which they didn't do too well. I think they were at like 15, 16, 0. They had 0 points or something. They were out too soon. So Vampire Esports will opt now into a more safer rotation within the circle. This is a different playstyle coming from them with
broken tanks that they're going to be hiding right behind on. But it won't be pretty much usable for a majority of them. Here comes Senbei dropping under the frag. Oh! It catches Liquid and Luxy at the same time. Perfect accuracy without even needing to look. Now Ryzen's in trouble. But question is, how are they supposed to even going for the save? Here is a couple of all these smoke being tossed right in. Luxy possibly finding the safety net, but Liquid needs to move right by. There's not much room that they could do just that. But ONix, they're taking their sweet time. They're dropping Molotovs, but they won't be able to do all too much. Good effort there, but that's not really the right spot. But they should be able to actually go in for a save. Katasusu instead finds GodTunny, and it's Infinity, who tries to trade it right back against Access Rate 1.
I take it back. ONix, this was a golden opportunity to push. I wonder why they didn't push in through, right? Like
they have to play safe because 4 Rivals is behind too.
Yeah, but they don't know that. I think 4 Rivals just recently rotated over. But surely when you get a knock onto 2 members with a nade, you know you have the numbers advantage. You're 3 members, so whatever's remaining is just the 2. Surely you could have taken that fight, but I guess
last I recall there was also shots from 4 Rivals. Maybe they heard some of all these bullets. It's like okay, let's stay put. And also because they have the circle advantage, when we look into the current situation, that's why both Bigatron as well as ONix, they have the same idea that no matter how this shifts, they're going to be inside.
Well, now it's clear it didn't work out for them, and the game plan has always been going against them. Well, they can stay in the second draft if they don't take these risks. Meanwhile, here, EVOS has got Axis in sights, will be under cover with their own smokes here, so they will try and hold things out a little bit, but the rotations by Micah OP trying to get in the backside here. Axis taking some sort of hits on their end. But Micah, they're trying to come in with the flank side. Yeah, EVOS has got to react quick before the entirety of Axis surrounds them, and that's going to be an impossible feat to come out from.
Yeah. Well, the flurry of nades are coming in as they are utilizing too many of all these deflates here quite early on. This is just phase 4, mind you. We still got 14 teams, and Micah soaks in the damage. It's Microboy here pressing on, and RedFace, he has to move away, and that is a crash coming in, but they're challenging the Tigers, and they have to pay the price. 2 down, and Microboy, alongside RedFace, have shown them that you don't mess with EVOS Reborn like this. But they got answers of their own, though.
Yeah, I'm not even mad at that. See, they have all members alive and still they're pushing through, you know? Unlike having 2 members knocked out and then deciding not to follow through with it. A bit salty about it, but Voki, let's see him make it happen. We've seen him clutch in 11 kills just for himself. Might be doing that again. The nades. Tossed on forward, though. It will connect, and look at that.
It's only down to Lyzerg.
Yeah, Lyzerg left for, I think, XF, wasn't he been taken up? Yeah, so
yeah, KF is already taken out already, so there's going to be Molotovs being exchanged. Axis Red One honestly taking the fights really, really well as they are late movers coming to the scene. And currently there's even more fights happening as we cut across the hill where Anchor PUBG is basically shredding out members of RRQ Rio Valdemort. Is going to go on a retreat. 3 members up the hill, so Anchor PUBG will still stay strong with all 4 members left intact, already getting that 3 frags across. But the ones with the most is Axis Red One, who've been able to find so many of them. Can we have a look at what's going on here between Corpai as well as Vampire Esports? It's a long haul exchange, but Corpai is slowly moving right in. Frederick's going to be able to find one. But that is a huge position for Corpai if he can find a good nade into the compound.
Yeah, I mean, that fight has been going on forever. And there you go. EVOS Reborn eliminated. See, taking risks pays off. And now Team Secret on top of the hill here, Vampire Esports. Oh, they did not know that Corpai is now up on his feet. Surely they heard the footsteps. Vampire Esports, they might have all the members here, but he just jumped straight into Hellfire, and Corpai will be taken out, though. So Vampire Esports, it was an awkward decision, but it paid out for them. So congratulations, they lived to tell another day.
He's literally a daredevil. Yeah. Like, you saw how he's like, okay, brother, I need help. Stone, could you take one for the team? He's like, yeah, sure, bro. I'll go through fire and everything else for you. That's bromance coming in for Vampire Esports. While Bigatron has eliminated ONix after a really long battle here by the ditches here in the bunker. But then again, there's only a few members that they take out. There's still going to be Auro, who's still surviving, tell the tale. And there's still ways for them to get punished. Speaking of which, Auro now taken down, and they will finish off at 10th spot for ONix Esports.
Well, congratulations, ONix. Luxy goes down, though. They do maybe get that kill, maybe? Yeah, they did. It was going to the side of ONix, yeah.
And just look at how consistent 4 Rivals is. They are still inside a very safe area of play. There is a potential for them to cut into the top 5 scenario easily. Now that Zuxi is pretty much pinned down, and Brewer has already locked his sight upon Bigatron Rate Aliens, and that is all that Bigatron Rate Aliens could actually get. 4 total elimination, not too shabby, honestly, of this sort of finish, as they still managed to get a few of the ranking points. And now, inside the shelter, 4 Rivals is still within the circle for Phase 5 onwards. Now it's all about the guys up the hill, and we're looking at Team Secret challenging APG.
APG is going to have too much on their hands here. I think one member's on his knees. Well, they have to have eyes on Eagle Esports and Team Secret now. Coming in with the backstab, they have to be careful. Oh, leaving Shroud alone to scout things out here. They're tossing up nades. I think they might have known with the vehicle in place, parked by the tree lines. Jumper tosses a nade here. Have eyes on Vampire Esports, knowing that they're occupying this compound, but will not clip onto anyone at this point in time. Shroud takes down one member of Team Secret, and, well, the retaliation will be there. Bodies have been traded. Fredo tries to hop and see if he can scout any sort of hits to be shot dead. And now APG makes the movement on forward. They would like to contest this jumper under the cover of smoke.
Oh,
this
here goes
could
the
be
push, though.
dire for the side of Team Secret as APG just went on straight on, head on forward and takes down another member of Team Secret, rendering them with only 3 members left to play around with. But can they maneuver their way out of this Fredo to join in the ranks of his injured and wounded warriors?
That's quite a scuff fight, to be honest. You look at how there's a little bit of lack of focus coming from most of the members of Team Secret. Now that they try to go in for the refract, they drop a good nade. 2 members are down from the side of Anchor PUBG, while GeekFam is also suppressing them. So Team Secret sandwiched in between. They only got those vehicles to book out of the situation, trying to actually lob a nade down to where Sane is currently going at him. And now Kid's going to be down. Only 1 surviving member from the side of Team Secret, while Anchor PUBG is also stuck by the hill. What in the world is going on? And Team Secret down and out. 7th place finish.
Oh, look at this,
and there's
though.
no trigger discipline, while Damrud
1v1.
pushes it up. And RRQ is the next to fall. And Damrud, he's on fire.
Quite literally, we'll have to use the first aid kit to get his health back to state here. So, well, great movements, maneuver coming out from Damrud, man. He was pushing it in. And to think that sort of movements would come out from a support is insane. This guy really is the MVP. Now, Chopper gets taken out by APG. The one member remaining here will try and do as much damage as he can to put a halt into some other teams from climbing the ranks. But 5 kills goes to the side of APG. Decent. Not great,
Pretty
but very
good
stable.
still.
Yeah, very stable. Meanwhile, Vampire Esports and 4Rivals, I think these 2 share some sort of compound and is in a skirmish right now. Nade's going out onto Pmpl side, so that would be 1 member lacking for the side of 4Rivals. Vampire Esports can very much, well, just look to push in here, but they're going to respect the enemy, play it a bit safe, expand all throwables.
A 50% chance for Malaysian teams to take this game with basically 2 out of 4 teams still remaining. Now GeekFam having Stone here, who man-marks the player that's going to be on top of the hill. GeekFam loses 1, leaving only 2 more surviving. And the 4Rivals, they also have 2 of their own. It's kind of like a 2 versus 2 versus 1 versus 4. So Vampire Esports currently having majority of the sector here covered up, especially with a little bit of shift of the circle. Here comes a little bit more of a flank angle, and GeekFam wants to bring in the pain. They massively go in for a little bit of a knock, but not enough to secure the kill though. Up in the hills, they're going to be able to tag team, and it's Damrud just basically pressing it on. Grenades flying in for 4Rivals as well. Not looking out too hot. A Chopper managing to find an elimination point in form of 4Rivals.
4Rivals, they're getting shot down by Chopper here, but he will win from the low ground battle. Will trade himself from him, and now leaving these 2 left to play the field, Vampire Esports and GeekFam. Damrud has done enough damage, and now for Vampire Esports, they're not going to go down just yet. Gets the res up, so they will have 3 members to fight with, but now Stone!
2 versus 2.
It's a 2 versus 2 now. Vampire Esports behind a similar tree, and they will confirm it. Vampire Esports coming in with their 2nd chicken dinner so far in the Super Weekend.